so turn to page 97 in the Gold Prayer Book. Saji perki Good evening. Welcome back to the class. Need to learn shamatha meditations today. Is this for Wednesday night class? Or Sunday?
I think it's a Sunday one, Geshe.
Yeah, Sunday. So I think I already read this on Sunday. I request whoever asks these questions talk to one-on-one. So probably Sunday all kind of people comes from may not understand, even though I say something may not understand. Yeah. Really grown up. So the commentary that I'm going to use is, even though there's so many commentaries, how to do shamatha practice. So this one I read a few times and it's quite clear. So that's why I choose this commentary. So I may not have any oral transmission of this text, but it's quite clear. So now here, like, the word come abiding in Tibetan is called shi-ne. Shi-ne. Shi, peaceful mind. Ne means still. Still, being still with peaceful mind. Shi-ne. Or you could say the single pointed meditations. This is not unique Buddhist practice. This common practice with also other different beliefs, such as like Hinduism, also practice calm abiding. This is not very unique practice of Buddhism. So this is something that has to use basically to control your mind. How to keep your mind with one single object, the way to make mind more calm and peaceful, focusing on one single object. And lack of focus, many mistake occurs. That unfortunately mistakes, not just mistake occurs, that brings more complications, more problems in our life, makes our mind more unpleasant. more messy. So what somebody is hoping to get out of this single-pointed meditations is wellness in the mind, in the body. Or another way you could say mental pliancy or physical pliancy basically is the best form of wellness of mind and wellness of body. That's what you're hoping. Not necessarily that you're hoping to become enlightened or be liberated from samsara, generally speaking. So the goal is to achieve the best level of wellness within the mind and within the body. That's the goal, generally speaking. So then, of course, in Buddhism, there's other traditions such as Hinduism, they just try to overcome from, like I said, gross level of disturbing thought, trying to control through Kamabhati meditations. Or maybe to goal is to ultimate goal, not like that the physical wellness and mental wellness that is part of the result of practicing Kamabhati meditations. Whether you're Buddhist, non-Buddhist, doesn't matter. Everybody, when you manage to finish the 9 stages of Kamabhati meditations, you will achieve the wellness in the mind, the body. So top of that, there's like then there's another set of goals, maybe to be born in higher realms, because everything in desire realm is so complicated. Wherever you turn, there's problems. Other realms is different. So their goal might be like that, to be born in higher realms where there's like less material problem that's associated with the material things, body. Then of course there's all this problem that related to the material things contribute to the mind. And there'll be a lot of negative mind occurs. Some realms there's less of that. So maybe there's top of that, there's some other goal, maybe be born like there. In Buddhism's ultimate goal is to liberation from samsara, enlightenment. So there's the Kamabhati for use to actually to see the ultimate truth, which is shunyata, emptiness, same thing. That's what it's for. That's the ultimate top of that, mental wellness, physical wellness. Top of that, the goal is to see emptiness for what? For liberate, for good, for all the problems. That's the goal, okay? So now the title of this text called Shine Gumchus, how to meditate on Kamabhati meditation, how to meditate on Kamabhati, Menga instructions. Tingji Goja, like there are hundreds of different types of concentrations, basically. And this text is like the key that opens up, draw to 100 different types of concentrations, instructions that explains meditation on shamatha, which is like key to open the door to 1,000 different types of concentrations. Make sense? So I'm very much hoping, so that in the last 20 years, been talking. At some point, need to now think seriously, not just learn. The very purpose of learning is to put into practice. Otherwise, then not much use. So you just learn. So some point that learning need to think what you learn, and not just think. You need to think deep. If you really want to be free, you can't just free by just learning, and not thinking deep, and there will be no result. So, last 20 years, been talking. So, so very purpose of this studying Kamabhati meditation is to put into practice. Maybe at least try. So at home. Okay, so that I'm very much hoping that people will do that. So, as I said, the goal doesn't have to be liberations, doesn't have to be enlightenment, could be just wellness in the mind, the best level of wellness in the mind, the best level of wellness in the physical body. In order to achieve that, that's the very basic. In order to achieve that, need to put into practice. Without practicing what you learn, so then it's just going to be mere knowledge. That's all. So, So at the beginning, I think it's good to learn this. Most of you already know these 9-round breathing meditations are taught many times. As I said, if you don't put into practice, you may not remember how it's been done, even though I explained probably more than 100 times at the center last 20 years. If you don't do, so then you may not remember. It then doesn't matter how many times you hear, you're still not going to remember. Then it's like, leaky pot. No matter how much you pour, it goes in, but it never remains inside because it just goes out. Or maybe you have different opinions. Maybe not necessarily positive one. So then whatever you pour there is going to get contaminated, so you cannot eat it, nobody can eat it. So that's the leaky, the pot that's kind of contaminated. Or maybe pour this upside down, so no matter what you try to pour, even one drop does not go inside because it's upside down. So, so these are the 3 faults of listening, not just teaching anything, any knowledge. If you become one of them, so then even the steps up is like proper way sitting up, but there's holes in the bottom, doesn't remain there anything, and that pot is kind of contaminated, so that doesn't benefit. If the pot is upside down, then the first plate doesn't go anything inside. Well, so why 9-round breathing meditation is important? Because first you sit, so exactly like he's sitting there, like that. It's called 7-point sitting positions. Of course, you need to learn. In the beginning, you need to learn. In order to produce some result, you need to learn how to do meditations properly. So then that's why you learn these 7 sitting positions. There are many benefits according to channels, energy, the chakras. The physical thing is not simple as we think. It's kind of complicated. It's not simple as we think. There's so much inside. There's so much inside the body, So that's why you breathe, you blink, you swallow, you like throw, all of that done through channel and energy. Without that, you can't move your eyes. This is all done through energies. So first, 7 sitting positions. Just to learn, it's very important to learn that, okay? Learn. So probably you can look up, it's not that difficult. So then sit very comfortable, then think. What is your mental state? What's the state of your mind? What's your state of your mind? Is it very clear? Or is kind of like messy? If it's very clear, kind of calm, then no problem, no need to do 9-round breathing meditations. If it's not very clear, if it's not like clear water, water that kind of like, it's like, if it looks like, feels like, if it looks like, feels like murky water, then they need to do 9-round breathing meditations. So separate this, the dust and the water, let it separate. 9-round breathing meditation helps that Rigvatani labor chest. So that kind of, all this thought that's like dust that makes water very murky. So let those dust settle in the bottom. Let the water show its nature. It's clear. So the 9-round breathing meditation, Rigvatani labor chest. Someday deve tepulas. Someday deve tepulas. Meditation cushions. On your meditation cushions. Someday deve tepu means meditation cushions. Someday deve tepulas. Lune dundan denchelas. With 7 sitting positions. Lungro guru tadosas. Lungro guru 9-round breathing meditations. Rigvatani labor chest. Then make this, if you feel like your state of mind is like murky water, murky water, make it clear. Make it clear. The nature of mind is like water, it's not murky. It becomes murky, but that's not the nature of mind. If it's the nature of mind, there's no hope. You can't make it clear. Because the nature of mind is not the nature of mind. It becomes muddy. So then through 9-round breathing meditation, then you separate all the mud or dust, whatever you call, goes in the bottom. Then the nature of mind comes above. Then you see it's totally separated now. It's very clear. Rigvatani labor chest. With that kind of mind, Namda gave Simdembes means. Then with the pure mind, altruistic attitude, loving kindness, compassion, then you do, whether you are doing repetition Buddhist prayers, for immeasurables or reciting mantras, that's the kind of mindset one should have to do the spiritual practice. You can't do spiritual practice successfully if you feel like your mind is like murky. Then more likely you will feel something. Okay. So that's like if you feel like your mind is gone murky. So then do the 9-round breathing meditations. So you use your left hand, and the ring finger, block your left nostril, inhale long, slow, all the way in. So then block all the way out. So you do this 3 times. Do this 3 times. So then use right hand, same finger, ring finger, block. Now the right nostril, inhale. Then repeat 3 times. Three times. That's 6. Oh. So then from the both nostrils 3 times. That's called 9-round breathing meditations. Okay, first left hand, ring finger. Blow the left nostrils. As I said, the back needs to be straight. So then all the way in 3 times. So then the right hand, same finger, block, all the way in. Repeat 3 times, there's 6. So then do from both nostrils 3 times. See if the murky mind is, or murky mind or messy mind is cleared out. If not, do it again. Maybe you could do 2 times, 3 times, or till that mind gets kind of like clear. The dust and the water get completely separated. Rigpa thang ni lekbarche. Rigpa thang, fresh mind. Ni, messy. That kind of separate the messy mind and the mind. So then mind become very clear. Oh. So then from there, if the mind become very clear, from there needs to think something wonderful. Like altruistic bodhicitta, altruistic attitude, loving kindness, compassion. So then from there, then you start any form of spiritual practice or shamatha meditations. More likely you will make some progress. Okay? So of course, Singapore, the shamatha meditations, that you need object to focus. If your anger is out of control, if your attachment is out of control, so then it's hard to concentrate. So then what you should do, according to the instructions, that you should do more like analytical meditation rather than single-pointed meditations. Because anger is now out of control, attachment is out of control. Because of that, you can't really focus. In order to focus, that anger and attachment, all that needs to be mild. If it's like there's too much anger, too much attachment, you can't concentrate. You don't need to ask me. Everybody knows that you can't concentrate. So then there are separate types of analytical meditation. There's number of them that guys mentioned in the text. So so if this, 3 poisons, what you call, it's kind of like mild or not too powerful, it doesn't mean it's like completely gone. So that's long way to wait for do shamatha meditation. That will take forever. Then maybe you may not able to start shamatha meditation at all. So if it's like mild, so if it's like too powerful, then need to do a lot of analytical meditations about if your attachment is out of control, if that attachment towards people, then you need to meditate on the nature of the bodies. Need to go deeper deeper than the less than inch of the skin. You need to go deeper down. Probably helps you to then see the when you analyze, when you go deep, then probably the power of attachment will reduce. So that's the one meditation that mentioned in Abhidharma Kosha. So then this apply anger, so then there's need to analyze, need to do a lot of analytical meditations. About anger, need to read Shantideva's books, chapter number 6, Guide to Buddhist Way of Life, what Shantideva said about anger, how to manage anger. They need to remember that, so then need to do analytical meditations. That. So if the mind is then kind of like this 3 points kind of mild, so then probably need to find some object, so then to concentrate. Or this shamatha meditation, it has 9 stages. Or maybe you may have no interest to do all the 9 stages. You just want to concentrate. You just want to keep your mind calm. That's okay too. That's okay. So then in that case, I think it's better to concentrate according to the Mahamudra root text composed by 4th Panchen Lama, according to that text, which usually talks about the Mahamudra emptiness. Reaching 7 ngolas, awareness, clear knowing. You understand? Clear knowing, mind, clear knowing. Something that this is computer, this is a prayer wheel, or this is a book, or people are sitting here. That kind of awareness. Called Rigpa. Awareness. There's few terms, but means same thing. It's boiled down. It means same thing. Reaching 7 ngolas. Reachings. Rig means knowing something, knowing. 7 ngo, clear. Knowing clearly, object, watch, this you can drink, or this you can't drink, there's something you have to eat or chew. That's called awareness. Reaching 7 ngolas, simji dimla chejites. Focus on that. Clear knowing, focus on clear knowing. Is hard. Nothing is piece of cake. Sorry, it's hard. Reaching 7 ngola, simji dimla, chejites. Look at that clear knowing. Look at strongly, not just like that. Look at that very clearly, with the power. Look at. What do you see? Say, look at that clear knowing. Look at with the power, with the energy. Look at that. What do you see? Huh? Again, look at clear knowing. Look at. You don't need to do 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just look at, few seconds. Just look at that clear knowing. What's clear that you know? Oh, this is prayer will. Oh, this you can't eat this. This is something you turn. That's awareness. Look at the awareness with power, not just with power. Look at that. What do you see? Huh? Oh, it mute everyone. What do you see? Yeah, there's nothing to see. Because awareness is no shape, no color. That's why you can't see anything. But what do you see? What do you feel? Oh. So remain there. Now what happens after that? A few minutes, what happens? Oh, thought pops up. Thought pops up. Riji sawe ngola shimji dimla jejites. You know, jejites is like looking at something with full attention. Not like that. Looking at very seriously. That's called jejites. Is like looking at very seriously. Not like looking, just going around like that. Looking. That's called jejites. Look at like that, awareness, look at like that. Reaching with the force, or with effort, with power. Look at like that, not like kind of like sluggish, not fully awake. What do you see? Nothing. There's nothing to see. Remain there as long as you can. Remain there. Then after what happens? Oh, thought pops up. Oh, somebody's phone rings. Or somebody coughing. Or one person come in. Or somebody's going out. Or some smell pizza. Thought pops up. What you should do? Simply notice them. Don't follow. Simply notice them, follow. Reaching sawe ngola shimji dimla jejites. Namdo kangda kangjeba teta tini nyosung chas. Just be aware. Just be aware. There's nothing you can do. Just be aware. You don't need to fight. Just be aware. Whatever pops up, it will disappear. That's the nature. You don't need to ask. If something pops up, it will disappear. You don't need to fight, it will disappear. No. Why? It's the nature of impermanent. Everything that comes, it goes. No need to fight. Fighting with that, for certain people, it becomes big problems, and people don't learn. Then those people should not fight. What they should do, they should just simply notice them, don't follow. How this meditation begin? Looking very, with effort. And looking like, almost staring,
Strongly, looking strongly.
looking strongly, not just like that. That's how meditation begin. Look very strongly, reach yourself aware, mind, awareness. That's why you're looking. Reach yourself with effort. Looking at it very strongly. What happens after that? Thought pops up, here, there, pops up. Should I fight? No, you don't have to fight. Just simply notice them. Namdo kanda kangjebas. Whether it's like good thought, bad thought, neutral thought, don't fight. It will disappear. Namdo khamba khanjeba teda dini ngusung chas. That's one option. That's the one option that you can do. Second, oh, I want to fight. Oh, I don't want to just notice. I want to fight every single one of them. Okay, if you want to fight, that's good. You want to fight? Oh, yana rakor kenshin rakor kenshin. Oh, you could fight like skilled swordman, skilled swordman. Oh. So there's what happened. There's the archer, very famous archer, and there's skilled swordman. So king asks archer to shoot the arrow to the skilled swordman. He's very skillful. The archer shoots. There's like thought. He pops here. No. The skilled swordman is very well talented swordman. Every arrow shoots, he stops. Just go young na rakor keshintus. The other hand, likewise, the skilled swordman. Arrow is all like the thought. You can fight like skilled swordmen fighting or stopping the arrow shoots by archers. You could do like that. Then, like the archer's wife asks archers, "Did you able to hit the swordman?" He said, "No. Every single arrow I shoot, the swordman stops." Then probably she said, "Okay, so tomorrow go again. Tomorrow go again, shoot again. So I will appear." Probably she dressed very nicely. So then while they're shooting, then she appears. Then skilled swordman got distracted. Then arrow was shot. He was hit. So what it means you could become like skilled swordman, but what do you need? You need to be mindful. You can't just wander. If somebody's shooting you arrow, you can't be distracted. Even though somebody's trying to distract you, you can't be distracted. You have to be focused. Otherwise, arrow will hit you. See? So now there's the second one, which one's easier? First one, you don't need to fight it. You don't need to become like skilled swordman. You can just look at them, don't follow, and it will disappear. Or you could become yana rakor keshindo namdo chije bebejus. Namdo chije bebejus. Whatever thought rise, you could stop them or cut them with your sword. When all the arrows gone, what you should do? You should focus. Same thing, you should focus. Chenmo masho hyeji lose. Not with full force, but very relaxed way. Focus. Now there's no more arrows coming towards you. Every arrow that comes, you kind of like eliminate them. Now there's no more arrow coming. Now you don't have to look around. Is there any arrow coming? No, there's no arrow more. There's no more arrow coming. So now you have to focus. Yana rakho keshin do namdo chiji bebejus. Temba mashur, lejilus. Temba mashur. Without losing your mindfulness, you still need to be aware. You still need to be mindful. Even though arrow is not coming to you, you still need to be mindful. With that mindfulness, then just enjoy that space. There's no arrow, there's no more somebody shooting arrow at you. Just enjoy the space, remain there. To reach there, so if you If you want to fight, you have to defeat them. Namdo chichi bebechu, yana rago kenshin no namdo chichi bebechus. Chetan neba tiyeze tenpa masho lechile so. Sometimes with force, with power, sometimes with the power needs to be relaxed a little bit. Sometimes power needs to be, I say, push up a little bit. Sometimes it needs to make relax a little bit. Oh. Simji dimla, shujilu, simji josa tenadas. Simji josa tenadas. Oh. So that's where the mind should be. There, now there's no more errors coming. So that's where the mind should be. Sometimes with force, sometimes with less force, sometimes with more force. Oh. Shiedan, shieya chiketos, chibijingbe semninis, luna towa tezames. So mind is like, if you hold a bird with hand, if you let it go, it will fly away. Mind is like that. Without doubt, that bird will fly away. If you release, it will fly away. So that means the bird symbolizes the mind. So you need to keep that mind. If you release, it will go wild or go where it usually goes. Where it usually goes, it goes with all kinds of things. It goes everywhere. That's where it does. Shedan sheya chigedo chibichi misi mini lena towa tezames. Shesumba the mindless. Without distractions, you can relax a little bit, but make sure that the bird doesn't get out of your hand. When it gets out of hand, it will fly away, then maybe it's not easy to catch again. Oh. Just about the mindless. Namdo chichi ngolas. When thought rise, look at them. When you start to look at them, it start to disappear. Oh. Namdo chichi ngola teche rangyel tongsang charas. Then when you look at them, you don't need to, when you look at them, then it kind of like fades away. Then what you see the absence of thought. That's what you see. Namdo chichi ngola teche rangya tongsang charas. Tishi nesang atabana martip tongsang shikewas. If you try to focus on the absence of that thought, what it is just no different than space. It's no different than space. It's like space. What do you see? Nothing. 대신 내 생각 따봤나 말집 동상 시켜왔어. It's just clear, empty space. That's what you see when after the thought disappears or fades away, because you are looking at the thought, and it just fades away. What's left? Nothing. Space. If you try to analyze what's left, space, absence of thought. That's like space, nothing else. Madip Tonsan Shikevas. Tuaniju Trebashes. You just change. First you see something else thought. When you look at them, now it's disappeared. What you see, absence. What looks like, space. This was left. With that kind of practice, whatever thought that rise, namdo chiche chance. Migo juwa ngesimbas. Don't need to fight. Don't need to stop them. Don't need to stop them. Migo juwa ngesimbas. Just simply notice them. Just simply recognize them. Those thoughts will fly like bird. You don't need to chase them; they will fly like bird. You know. If you see the group of birds drinking water in the creek, so when they land, they drink water. So then they just fly away. Trashing. Namdo chiche miga juwa ngesimbas. Simply, no need to fight, simply notice them, chetes. Miga juwa ngwesimba, miga juwa ngwesimba, miga juwa ngwesimba. Tuande ju cheba she, trashing, namdo chichi, miga juwa chete, ti ngola, jopas. Just simply notice them, just remain, just notice them. That's all you need to do. Migas juwang migas. Just don't try to fight and see the process, why this thought rise. Because I'm thinking about prayer will, that's why thoughts of prayer will rise. How the thought rise. Just to be mindful the process of the thought, the way it arises. No need to do anything. Just simply recognize them. No need to stop them. Just simply notice how it rises. That's where the focus should be. Focus should not be on fighting with them. Focus should be just simply notice them and just recognize how the process, why it happens. Charity all the jobbers, they're remaining on that. Tuaniju Trebashes, Trashes, Namdo Chije, Migoju, Angusum, Charity all the jobber, Zinji Chazuni, Puya Pesa Tsungwais. What happens after that? Those thoughts fly away like bird. Those thoughts will fly away like bird. No, that's what happens. That's what happens. No, it's kind of like landed. So many thoughts landed. No need to simply just look at them, and which direction they fly in. So which direction they come, how they come, why they come. Just look at them. Then they'll fly away. Then of course, those birds will come back again. Then do the same thing. Chida sinne puve charone chonam kune laya tepapsings. Again, it will fly all over the place, different directions. Then some point it will come back, all come back. There's the process. It goes back, comes, goes, comes, goes, comes. It's not like everything that comes and remain. Then life is going to be miserable. Every thought that comes, if it remains, then it's going to be nightmare. It comes and goes like bird. It comes and goes like. Just be aware of the process. Why it's coming there, why, how. So maybe, that's probably good for someone who's not necessarily thinking to accomplish all the 9 stages of shamatha meditations. So that's, like how say, to reach wellness of mind, wellness of mind. Wellness of mind. Do you understand? Reaching sawe ngola, shimji dimla, cheji tes. Awareness. Mind. Look at that. With full attention, look at that. Reaching sawe ngola, shimji dimla, cheji tes. Not just very seriously, but strongly looking. Not just looking like, like strongly looking with content. That's how this meditation, like there's a reach sawe shimji dimla cheji tes. Look. Namdo kamba kanchepas. Whatever thought rise, what kind of, it doesn't matter what kind of thought rise, whenever it rise, how it rise, simply notice them, that's all. No need to do anything, simply notice them. Maybe that probably is that kind of that kind of approach is good for some people. May not good for everybody, but it's good for some people. Maybe some people, they just want to fight with their thought. So then, you become like skilled swordman. So then need to be look at archers who's shooting an arrow at you. Need to be aware. You can't be distracted. You have to be 100% aware. Every arrow that comes to you, you just, because you already talented, skilled swordman, which direction you can stop them, each one of them you can stop. But you cannot be distracted. Okay. Did you? That's how you that's one way to do. That's one way to do, relatively easier than this, like the 9 stages of shamatha meditation. Relatively easier, but so yeah, so that's enough now. That's enough. So then now, so now I'll probably read a little bit from the materials. Now this is about karma biting. This is about shamatha meditations. Why I said all of this? As I said, some of want to do all the 9 stages of shamatha meditations. Maybe just want to learn how to create temporary wellness of mind. That's what you want to do. So then maybe that's why I said all of this. That's what I said. Okay. So now why that we are studying this? So now Lama Atisha, here you see statues on my left, or on my left, or on, I'm not sure, on my left here, Lama Atisha, Indian master, who established Buddha Dharma in Tibet, contributed greatly for Buddhism in Tibet. Lama Atisha said in where Lama Atisha wrote this called Lamrim, called light of the path, Lamrim, light of the path. Shine yang la nam chaves, rabdo pede komchi chans, lonely tonda thagija, tenzi chupa minchurus. If you think that you are doing shamatha meditations, but not knowing the instructions, shine yang la nam chaves, or not having the knowledge that you needed in order to success into the shamatha meditation, or all the conditions, necessary conditions to that supports shamatha meditation. Mainly refers to the knowledge, not necessarily the. So of course, there's something to do also environment too. Shine yang nam travel, lonely tonda thagi chance, lonely tonda thagi. Shine yang nam travel. Shine nam travel. Rabdo pay the kumchi, rabdo pay with full effort. Then you think that you are doing single point shamatha meditations without having all the necessary knowledge it requires. Lonely tonda you could spend thousands of years doing that. Your mind, you think you are doing shamatha meditation, but 1,000 years pass, you will not achieve shamatha. Why? Because you doesn't have all the knowledge that require how to do, what is shamatha, how to do, what are the problems, or like all this knowledge. So that's why we are studying. That's why Lama Atisha highly recommended to learn first what is shamatha meditation, how to do meditations, or what kind of problem you face throughout the 9 stages. You need to learn. That means prepare yourself for the meditations. So then when you do meditate, then you are fully prepared, well prepared, rather than not prepared. That's why we are learning this. Or the Lama quoted here. Shine Allah nam tawe rabdo pede komjija lonne tonda tagija tenze tuba minjuru shesung besos. Kange gombe tenji kansande. So now, what kind of people that should probably do shamatha meditations? Tusum shechewa tag, as I mentioned, some people has a lot of anger, some people has a lot of attachment. Some people probably does not want to learn anything, or maybe ignorant, like has a lot of problem with ignorance. So then, as I said, mentioned, there's those people. There's different meditation been mentioned. Need to start with a lot of analytical meditations, okay, in order to ease the power of attachment, power of anger, to ease them. Kaza de cheban namjogi miba tenja to remove the you can focus, but it will take you long time, because the amount of anger that you have, amount of attachment you have, that because of that it will take much longer. You could focus, but better if you do a lot of analytical meditation. It's better rather than concentrations, single point. Chebanam juge mibon dona tingji mituba tameje. So now, if this 3 poison is kind of mild, maybe kind of equal, not really powerful, equal, so then use object, pick object. Pick suitable object. As I said, as a Buddhist, we pick like holy object. Oh, as a Buddhist, you pick holy object. Does not mean that you have to pick holy object. Why? Because this is not Buddhist practice. This is common practice. The goal is to achieve the best level of wellness of mind and wellness of body. That's the goal. So it's not Buddhist practice. So that's why you have option. You can choose any object that's suitable for your mind. So it needs to be very clear. As a Buddhist, we choose holy object. There's multiple benefit. Oh. So about the Shichunga Kansaki Lagula meeting, I'm not thinking to be shalas. Why choose holy object? Was let's say Tara. Why choose Tara? So it creates the tendency in your mind streams focusing on Tara's image. And then of course, later on, if you do Tara practice, it will be much easier. I'm just taking Tara as an example. It doesn't mention here. I'm just taking Tara as an example. You could achieve shamatha based on Tara's image. At the same time that you created so much positive propensities focusing on Tara's image in your mind stream, so that will help later on down the road. If you want to do Tara practice, that will help. Oh. Many reasons. Okay, this one. Is that? Rangi tewe tetsamchi dunjin damga tewa belly button. When you're sitting down, your belly button. Then rangi tewe tetsamchi. Probably like length. When you probably like the size of your body. If you're like 6 feet, then maybe 6 feet. Your body is like it probably is like size of your body. No. Like something like now when you sit you can see like that. It's not too high, not too low. Something you can see. Not on the ground, but on the space before you. Then rangi tewe te dunjin damkas. So space before you, like height. Don't need to measure. Don't worry. No need to measure. No need to measure. But there's the distance, your body distance, length distance, like that. These people who wrote the text, they already achieved shamatha. So they are talking about experience. It's not just knowledge. Somebody who don't know how to make pizza and talking about making pizza. It's not like that. So these people know how to make the best pizza. So they're teaching us how to make pizza. It's not like, yeah, you can say people like, it's still happening in the modern days. Some people talk about some like stuff. They probably have not much clue, but salespersons talking about sales something, but like as so people who has not any knowledge of bread and talking about bread, all that, if you have no clue how to make bread, all that. Okay, the object has options. So I'm going to explain here the way it explained here. So it doesn't mean you have to use that object. You have options. Suitable object. Oh. Then rangi tebe tedamji dunjin namkas, that height. Rangi tinjezave lama imbalas. Numbers, no. It is your lamas. It is your lamas. Rangi tinjezave lama imbalas. In my case, my teacher. Number aspect is Buddha. The reality is my teacher, but in my mind is not different than Buddha. Number two, so then they look at here like that. So you have ideas what Buddha's image looks like. So it is my teacher, but it's my teacher. The entity is my teacher, but aspect is Buddha, like that. Number two, the Kundu Sabashan, it's like not like solid. It's like almost like Rambo. Rambo? It's not solid, but you see very clearly. You can touch, but it's very obvious, very visible. Like that, we see rainbows. It's not like something, I never saw something that has color. No, that's not true. You see rainbow. So like that, you visualize like that. Doesn't have to be could be what I call rainbow is a three-dimensional. I mean, it's like something you can see, but you do. How I can visualize Alhamdulillah like rainbow. How you see rainbow like that, not like solid form like that, like rainbow, like with the colors, It can be plain or can be colorful like that, because we used to. It's not like very foreign to us. We used to see rainbow, so it's not like very foreign like that. Rashimeva namge jachun tabu, jachun tabu, chuja, kange tse tsam, jacin jindu tse tsam shi saltabs, jacin something small, probably. So that size is not, as I said, like whole point is to keep your mind there, whole point. Size here is mentioned like very small, very small. Jase like Jase means Sema is like what do you call it? Sema is like peace, green peas, peas, yeah. Size of peas. That's hard to see. So, but size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter. That's the size you visualize. Something small, you don't visualize huge. Something small. I'm not making this up. That's the Lama who wrote the instructions. He's explaining. Can be flower, can be tree, can be fruit, anything. In this case, is your teacher. The entity, the aspect is the Buddha on the Sadhavche. Then Tongmarche, in the beginning, Uchani, the beginning you focus on the head and hand. Head and hand. Uchani. Uchanigi kui dosa, kui kado. First you focus on the color of head and hand. Then two legs. Peme den namla. Lengare Simpsons. Peme dena. Then the lotus cushions. Maybe you focus first a little bit on the head, and maybe focus a little bit on the hand. Then a little bit go down to the bottom of the seats. Well, that's what you're trying to do in the beginning. Not beginning, oh, I just want to see crystal clear image. That's not going to happen. It's not a good sign. That's not going to happen. No, there's a process. There's a process. First, you're just struggling to keep your mind on one object. That's all you're trying to do. You are not, should not worry about crystal clear and not seeing like space between the letters, all kind of blurry. It's okay. It's okay. The beginning should not worry. Oh. So see, few seconds head, few seconds body, few seconds there. Not talking about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Few seconds here, few seconds there. Whatever the object might be, in this case, Buddha, you know. So as I said in the very beginning of this class, very much hope that you use this, not just learn. If you want to achieve benefit, you have to use. Without that, nobody can give us the result. Nobody. Even the Buddha up here, right here, can give you result. You have to put effort. Oh. So, and the last, beginning, what are you doing? You just looking at the head a little bit and looking at the hand and a little bit, then going down, trying to see the seat or lotus cushions, then going back again, maybe right hand, face. That's what you're doing in the beginning. If you are visualizing person as the object of your shamatha, that's what you're doing. You're looking at the person's hair a little bit, eye, then maybe body a little bit. So then trying to, that's what the beginning, that's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to see whole image. You're just trying to see the ears, eyes, hands, like that. The beginning. So this is important. Why is important? Because somebody did that. Somebody went through this process. That's why. Then the last, then you're trying to see the whole image. That's like not talking about hours and hours, minutes, it's seconds. Seconds here, few seconds here, few seconds there, and the end, few seconds, just to remember whole image. Could be His Holiness Dalai Lama's. He says Yingor Yangla Raba Chashesam Shachuna Tetamji Choshechene Semzingud. So in the end, in the beginning you're trying to that, in the end you're trying to focus on the whole image. You're trying to get the whole image. If you're not able to see the whole image, even though you see some part of the body, you should be satisfied. You need to be satisfied. You can't be disappointed. You should be satisfied, the Lama says. Just to be content that you are seeing something, then nothing. The idea is not to see crystal clear entire image. That's not going to happen. You have to understand that that's not going to happen. That's the process you go through. It really happened, not now, it will happen down the road, not now. That needs to be clearly understood. You need to understand that clearly. It won't happen in the beginning, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It will happen later on. So in the end, you're trying to visualize the entire image. So if this image is kind of not very clear, don't worry. Or not seeing entire image, don't worry. What are you seeing? I just see the leg. Just stay on there. Just be content, focus there. Just be content, focus there. Don't get disappointed. Oh, I try to see entire body. I'm not seeing entire body. That's not how you do meditations. You just need to be content that you are seeing something, then nothing. Then remain there. Beginning, you just trying to keep your mind. It's not about the clarity of the image. It's not about the sharpness of the image. It's not about the context of the image. It's just you're just trying to keep your mind on that object. That's all you're doing. That's what you do in the first stage. That's what you do. Out of 9 stages, first stage, that's what you do. You're trying to keep your mind on one object. Need to be content, seeing something then nothing. Need to be content. Whether it's like cloth or seat or throne or maybe hand or ear, just focus there. Just keep focus there. Just need to be content. If you do that, so then you will find the stillness of mind on the object. You will find that you will find that rapidly. Okay, stillness on the object. That's how you say. Mind on the object.
Stillness of the mind.
Yeah, stillness of the mind on the object you will find rapidly. At the beginning, cannot focus at all. And kind of shocked that somebody said, I can count 21, breathe in and out. I was kind of shocked. How you do that? I can even count 2. Yeah? If somebody can count, you can count. Why not? You don't have to be shocked. You can try. If you can count 1, so that means you can count 2. If you cannot count, then you cannot count anything at all. So, and some people say, I was kind of like, wow, I can't be by myself all day long. What do? There's so many things to do. Some people can't remain by themselves, But it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. As maybe bodhicitta now it's kind of like, I don't think that anybody can generate a bodhicitta. No. If somebody if you know somebody generate bodhicitta, you can generate. So like that, in the beginning, So what you're trying to do, you're trying to achieve the stillness of your mind on the object. That's all you do. Don't worry, clarity, the sharpness, the contrast of the image. That's not going to happen. That's the process. You have to understand that. You have to be gentle. You have to be kinder to yourself. You can't push. You can't just push and push and push. That's not good. You need to just contain. If you see the part of the body, my idea is trying to see whole image. Right now, I'm not seeing the whole image. I'm just seeing part of the image. Be content. Focus there. Be content. Focus there. It's not about the sharpness. It's not about the entire image. It is about keeping your mind on the object at the moment. That's the first stages. You try to keep your mind on the object. So then clarity, sharpness, that will second process, next process. Okay, so that's kind of covers this, covers the first stages. So then I'll stop here. So maybe tomorrow Wednesday, hopefully tomorrow Wednesday. Then please, before this shamatha class, whatever I said, I almost took hours. So try that. So then if it benefits, so then it's good, then continues, continues to as 9-round breathing meditations, how to clear your mind, clearing your mind based on 9-round breathing meditations. Oh, so then focusing on the awareness, way to reach thoughtless states. There's no another choice. There's no another alternative. Oh. In order to reach thoughtless state, need to focus. Without focus, there will be no thoughtless state. There will be tons of thought. If you don't focus, there will be tons of thought. You could say, somebody could say, oh, stay, sit, think nothing. Easy to say. But to reach there, need to focus. Without focus, there will be no thought. There will be many thoughts than no thought. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you. So, yeah. So.
Okay, turn to page 235 in the Gold Prayer Book. Start with the general dedication prayers.
Semjo Rinpoche, Maje Banam Ji, Jawa Nyamba Memaya, Kone Kondo Bawe Chidara Chembata, Kundu Sambo Teda Kunji Jesu Dalonji, Gewa Dida Danjiratu. Jawa Tamji Ngawa Kala Chodu Dashi Gewe Tsawa Digun Sambo Chichi Radu.
Then 244 and 245 for the short, long life prayers. Gandhi Dawe Korwe Shinkam De
Pena Dewa Male Jovene Chere Zewa Tizi Jazoye
Shave Site Bardu Tengu Chi Shonu Iye Nala
Onjo De Awatare
Zembara Sopa Losan Gewe De Ton Lek Belshu Shasun Gengyo Lama Soa De Tupsu Chanjin Jangu Gewe Tenzin Kyompewe Kunzu Dokpo Choksum Kurwele Muntudu Padok Soduje Kundu Japten Sho Om Taritu Re Soha 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 Om Taritu Re Soha.
Thank you. And good night.